My grandmother, Livia, could certainly be patient. 9 years passed before Agrippa's services could be spared. Then he died, poisoned by Livia. Tiberius divorced his wife and married Julia. Oh, yes, my grandmother always got her way in the end. Wicked
woman. You're getting soft. You wouldn't last a 5-hour march if you were in the army, now. Now throw it! Oh, come on, throw it! Antonio throws harder than that.
Oh, shut up. Throw the ball.
Of course, if you lost some of that stomach of yours...
Let's see who's...
Death or surrender?
Oh, get up.
I never thought I'd see my brother in such a pitiful condition.
You spent 10 years in Rome. See how you feel.
Hey. What's this, huh? Sulks?
You're lucky. You're going back to the army tomorrow. Silly, decent life for a Roman. Marching, fighting, building forts. Those were the best years of my life.
You made the army's life bloody hell.
Well, I marched them hard and I drilled them hard, but I was fair. I'll bet they say I was fair.
Do you know what they really say about you?
What?
They say that your drills were bloodless battles, and your battles were bloody drills.
Is that what they say? Really?
Yes.
You know, Drusus, that army I took across the Alps. They were men. You've never had men like that.
Hey, we've won some victories ourselves, you know. You didn't win them all.
Oh, I know. But those two legions...
The 12th and the 16th.
You'll never see that like again. Nothing bothered them. The heat, the cold, the marching. Oh, I cursed them and I flogged them. But I cursed and flogged their officers, too. And if there weren't any tents for the men, I slept out in the open with them.
Well, you'll have to take the field again.
You won't let me.
Who, Augustus?
Keeps me here as his work donkey. Says he can't spare me. I'm his chief errand boy. I spend my time investigating the level of unemployment. We're reorganizing the city fire brigade. Added to that, there's that bitch Julia they made me marry.
Oh, he's just impossible. You know, sometimes he doesn't speak to me for days.
Well, he was always very broody, according to Drusus, even as a child. But Drusus says he can always make him laugh.
Drusus only knows him as a brother. He ought to be married to him. You know, Antonio, I'm very easygoing. You want that toe to drop off?
There's a stiffness in the joint.
It wasn't before you started to work on it. They daydream, you know. They'd stand there all day massaging the same toe if you let them.
She's probably in love.
Hope she has better luck than me. What was I talking about?
About Tiberius. He never wanted to divorce Vipsania, that was the trouble.
That wispy stalk of a thing. I don't know what he saw in her. There's nothing of her. She's as thin as a stick. Used to spend half of every night in bed looking for her.
Julia.
Oh, it's true. If the sheets got a bit crumpled in the night, she disappeared until morning. It was lucky if they found her when they'd made the bed.
She's not as thin as that.
Well, I don't know what you call thin. But I saw old Valerius 2 days after he starved himself to death, and he looked better than she looks now.
Well, I must say I could never see the attraction, and after 10 years of marriage, I thought he'd be quite glad to see the back of her.
That's the trouble. He was always too glad to see the back of her.
Julia, what on earth do you mean?
Well, it's very strange. You're much too sensitive a person for me to go into details.
Julia, he doesn't.
I could put up with that. I'm not like you, Antonia. I could probably teach him a thing or two. That's the coldness. I can't get near him. Even snow will melt on a warm day, but not him.
I had no idea.
And he hates Gaius and Lucius. Now, I mean, how could anyone hate my boys? They're sweet, aren't they?
They're very sweet.
But I was once mad about him. What fools we women are.
I blame Augustus for it. He should never have insisted on the marriage.
Don't blame my father, blame Livia. If anyone insisted, she did. She tried the same thing 10 years ago when my first husband died, but Agrippa got in before her.
I didn't know that.
No, when you were too young. That's all right, I've had enough. When Marcellus died, she had everything planned. Oh, she was very clever. She knew how I felt about Tiberius, and she was determined that he should marry me. But Agrippa had the same idea, and at that time, Augustus needed him more than he needed her son, so she had to wait. And can she wait? Ye gods, time means nothing to her. Poor Marcellus.
That must have been terrible for you.
Well, to tell you the truth, leave us. I'll call you.
Off you go. Go.
To tell you the truth, it's often crossed my mind that Livia might have had a hand in that. Julia? Well, I might be wrong. But he was a strong, healthy man, and he never had a serious illness until she got her hands on him. I often wonder about that woman. Antonia, you're so innocent.
Not so innocent. Ask Drusus.
I might just do that one of these days if I get him into the right mood. He's very attractive, your husband. Why is it that when I come in here with you, I always cover myself up, and if I come in here with anybody else, I don't bother?
Well, you should. I don't approve of all this nakedness.
Oh, Antonia. Oh, I shall miss you when you leave tomorrow.
Not so hard.
The dirt's ingrained in the skin.
It goes deeper than that.
Oh, your gloom is magnificent.
Not so hard all the same. I'll get my men to do it. I can't think why you won't let them do it anyway.
A man should keep himself clean, not have slaves do it.
How's he supposed to scrape his own back?
He gets his brother to do it.
If he hasn't got a brother,
Gets his son.
if he hasn't got a son,
Gets his friend.
and if he hasn't got a friend,
Then he should go and hang himself.
I've tried it. Better to have a slave scrape your back. Hello. I shall miss you. You don't have any dark thoughts.
Oh, nonsense. We all have them.
Not like me. Not like me.
Ah, come on, you're no worse than the rest of us.
I'll tell you something, Drusus. Sometimes I so hate myself, I can't bear the thought of me anymore. You don't know anything about darkness, do you? Inside darkness. Blackness.
Ah, stop bragging. I could match you black for black.
Not you. Not you. They say the tree of the Claudians produces two kinds of apples, the sweet and the sour. It was never more true than you and me.
And what of our mother? Which is she?
Livia? They say a snake bit her once and died.
Hey, that's no longer funny.
I've only cared for 3 people in my life. One was our father.
Yes, he was the noblest of us all.
Yes. The other was Vipsania.
I was sorry about that. Why? Why did you divorce her?
Livia insisted on it. Julia wanted it. Augustus insisted on it.
It's all the same. I mean, you were so happy, you might have refused.
Do you think the monarchy will survive Augustus?
No, I don't. Rome will be a republic again, I promise you that.
And perhaps I did it all for nothing.
Is that why you did it? Is that really? But there are Julia's sons. They come before you anyway. My poor brother. So ambitious.
Our mother makes me so. Oh, God, I miss her so. Vipsania. What did they make me do?
Oh, Tiberius. What's done is done.
Yeah. Yes, it's done. I must forget her. Vipsania was the second. She's gone. You're the third.
Well, you know I feel the same way.
You know, you should have my nature and I yours.
Why?
I'm the elder. I'm supposed to protect you.
Well, we'll protect each other. I don't know what from.
There are many things you don't know. If anything should happen to you,
Now what could happen to me?
well, you could be killed in battle. Or you could fall sick and die.
And you could cut your throat shaving or choke on a plum stone. Tiberius, none of us is guaranteed a time.
No. You're my lifeline into the light.
Six again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now what will you do?
I'll put 2 legions in the port and stop the corn supply.
Not bad. Rome can't live without corn, but you've got your back to the sea, and that's not good. Still, that's your decision. Lucius, your turn.
6.
Oh, these dice have got nothing but sixes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Belgica! Belgic's mine.
Go on, throw again.
2. 1, 2. I'll take Britain.
But you can't. You've only got 3 legions left.
Julius did it.
He didn't stay long, though, did he? Oh, yes, what is it?
Caesar, your stepson, the noble Drusus Nero, begs to take his leave of you.
Oh, yes, yes. You can come with me.
Can't finish the game first.
Later, we have a duty to perform, and duty comes before pleasure. Now, come and say goodbye to the man who commands all our armies in Germany. Now, come on, come on, come on. And no sulks. That's not the Roman way. So, you're leaving us.
Yes, Caesar.
I'm glad to go, I dare say.
I go where I'm sent, Caesar, but if you ask me, yes, I am glad to go.
Well, I don't blame you. When I was your age, I wanted to be with the army, too. Look, I brought Gaius and Lucius to say goodbye. We've been playing Empire. I've already lost Egypt and Syria.
May I ask Drusus a question?
Yes, go ahead.
How many legions would you need to invade Britain?
4. Yes, and a great deal of auxiliary cavalry as well.
Couldn't you do it with 3? They're very uncivilized.
And it's not worth the risk. You see, on a fresh venture, you must hit hard and quickly. If you have to send for reinforcements, it just gives the enemy breathing space.
I'll do it one day.
Oh, I doubt it's worth it. There's nothing of value there, and the people make very poor slaves.
Now, say goodbye and wait for me upstairs.
Goodbye, then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You should read Julius's commentaries on his campaign in Britain.
I've read it twice. So have I. Goodbye.
And don't move the tokens while I'm gone. I know where they are. They're good boys. We'll have need of them one day. Come and walk with me in the garden a moment. Is Antonia traveling with you?
Yes.
Will that be all right? I mean, in her condition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize she was expecting again. Julia told me. It's a bit close to the other.
Yes, well, what can you do?
Yes, true. Anyway, we need more children, especially among the nobility. People aren't getting married early enough. Yes. I must do something about that. Have you said goodbye to Lydia?
Well, she knows I'm here. She's with the Parthian ambassador.
Oh, yes. Yes, she works so hard for me. Your mother is a very fine woman. I'd have given up long ago if it weren't for her.
It is an immense burden to place on the shoulders of just one man.
Yes, it is. It's really too much. Oh, I sometimes have a longing, you know, to be just a private citizen again. I mean, it's been 20 years now since Mark Antony died, and I took it all on my own, and I blame him, you know. I mean, what a fool that man was. The whole of the Eastern Empire was his. If he'd been a proper husband to my sister, things would have been very different.
Is it too late?
Yeah?
Is it too late to lay down the burdens of office?
And let the Senate rule.
Yeah.
You're just like your father. Always wanting the Republic. He was my enemy, too, at one time.
I'll never be that.
No. No, I didn't mean that. Be like him. You couldn't do better. I did him wrong once, you know. Oh, yes. I took your mother from him. And that has weighed with me over the years. Still, we're a family. And we all work together for the greater good of Rome.
My brother.
Yes, Tiberius. Oh, he's a puzzle to me, like the Sphinx. It's like having a large dog lying about the house all day, watching everything and saying nothing.
He wants to leave Rome.
Yes, I know. He never stops telling me, but I need him here, and that's a fact. I mean, what would I do without him until the boys grow up?
Yes, still an unwilling horse.
Yes, it's more trouble than walking on foot. But we're not horses. We can't all do what we want. And frankly, what does he want? He wants to sit on a rock all day, Rhodes or Capri, and throw stones at the sea. Why, I don't know. No, we can't have it. Ah, here's your mother.
So, you're off again.
Yes, Mother.
You read the dispatches that came from Germany yesterday? The Kuroski are giving trouble again.
I'll give them trouble enough, don't worry.
Shall we ever civilize these Germans, Drusus?
I doubt it.
Well, you know how I feel. When we conquer a people, we must be temperate. But when agreements have been broken, punishments must be severe. What do the Parthians want?
They want a Roman god to worship. They want to dedicate a temple to you.
No, I won't have it. I've said so before.
We've abolished kings in Rome, Mother. And you now give us living gods.
They won't be in Rome, Drusus. They'll be in Syria. What harm is there in a temple built in your name where primitive people may come and place
No, look, it makes me uneasy, Livia. I feel in my heart it's not right. Why, we may offend those gods that already look after us and oversee our destiny.
But these
No!
people-
You must tell them no. Well, I must get back to the boys and finish the game. Now, look after Antonia. No accidents. Who knows what great Roman she may be carrying? Gods go with you. I shall ask the boys to dine with us today. They can listen to the discussion with the ambassadors. It'll be good for them.
Leave him alone. Don't encourage him to step down from office.
Now, Mother, and do you really want us to drift into a hereditary monarchy? Become sinks of corruption like the Eastern potentates?
Rome will never be a republic again.
Well, we needn't quarrel about it. Come, let me kiss you and say goodbye. You know, you mustn't mind if you dislike me. A mother can't love all her children.
You shouldn't have come here. wrong. It's wrong.
Don't send me away. Please, Vipsania.
Do you want to make trouble for me?
No. No.
Go away. It's dangerous.
Open the shutter. Let me look at you again.
Please, please go away.
Is it true?
Yes. Yes, it's true.
Getting married again?
Yes.
I won't have it. I won't have it! I'll kill you! You're mine! You're my wife!
I am not your wife. You divorced me.
Don't. Don't.
Please, you must leave me alone. We mustn't see each other again.
Do you love him?
Do you love her?
No. No, I hate her.
He's very kind to me.
Why must you marry again?
Because I must put an end to your following me, to your coming to see me. Your mother's spies are everywhere.
I don't care about that.
You're married to Augusta's daughter. You can't treat her as if she were no one.
Don't get married again. I beg you. I couldn't bear it.
And am I to spend the rest of my life alone?
You wouldn't be alone. I promise you.
Tiberius, it was not my doing. I didn't divorce you. You divorced me.
I didn't want to. They made me do it.
They couldn't have made me. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Oh, it was hard for you, I know. I know, harder for you than it would have been for me.
I shouldn't have done it. I should have killed myself first.
It's done now. There's no going back.
Let's die together. Let's kill ourselves. Let's go into our bathroom. Open our veins. And when they find us, our blood will be mingling and caressing in the water.
Oh, my baby, it's too late. It's too late.
Lost. Lost. I go from darkness into darkness.
Come through it, and so will I.
But how will I come through it, Vipsania? I'm afraid of what I'll become without you.
Why should you be afraid?
Because of your sweetness.
We had a deputation here 6 months ago from Palmyra.
And Augustus refused, I remember.
The thought of deification makes him uneasy.
It might make us all uneasy.
We're not all worthy of it.
No, of course. But his mind is made up.
Yes. But so is mine. I cannot allow his natural modesty to interfere with his political judgment. I know that if the Senate were convinced that his deification were politically useful, he would not be displeased. But he himself will exert no pressure, and of course he will not be present at any of the debates.
Of course. There'll be some opposition in the Senate. But I'll take the line that...
I'll tell you what line to take.
You were seen, and in broad daylight. You were seen going in, and you were seen coming out. I won't have it, and it's not the first time.
I went to congratulate her on her coming marriage.
Don't congratulate her, leave her be. And you didn't go for that reason, not at all for that reason. You treat my daughter with respect. Respect, you hear me? I didn't ask for this marriage, you asked for it, and she asked for it. But by thunder, I won't have it made a mockery of. He's been seeing his former wife, if you please, and it's not the first time.
My dear, I think you exaggerate.
I exaggerate nothing. He met her in the street the other day. Oh, yes, you did. I heard about it. I hear everything, nothing escapes me. He didn't dare speak to her in public, but he followed her all through the city like a moonstruck calf for everyone to see. You will not make a laughing stock of my family, or as quick as boiled asparagus, I'll have you out. Out! You listen to me. Mark Antony was twice the man you are. And when he spat on my sister, he learned a lesson that he didn't live long enough to profit from. Do you understand me?
Julia and I don't get on.
Damn you, I don't want to hear about it. You get on whether you like it or not, and you leave that woman alone.
Well, let me go away. Let me leave Rome.
What am I to do with him? Now tell me. You're his mother. Now speak to him. It's a gripper all over again.
He doesn't mean it. He doesn't want to go.
Didn't you hear what he said?
He's unhappy. He didn't mean it.
Oh.
It's not unnatural for a man to see his former wife now and then. They may have things to discuss. After all, I saw his father several times after you and I were married.
That was different.
Well, not so very different. And you, if I recall, saw Julia's mother from time to time.
Yes, but not in secret.
Well, I didn't remember being present.
Oh, you may not have been, but it was not in secret.
Well, how secret was this? I knew about it.
You knew about it?
Of course. He told me.
You never said anything to me.
Have you so little to occupy your time that I must keep you informed of the comings and goings of everyone in the household? You're always complaining you have too much to think about and not enough time to think about it in. Perhaps you'd care to see the laundry lists in future.
All right, I was hasty. But you understand? I felt I had cause. Tiberius, listen. I'm not blind. I know that you and Julia aren't the most perfectly matched couple in the world, but what can you do? These things happen. But we can't go cutting the knot every time we have a quarrel, especially us. We have to set an example. Olivia, you'll back me on this?
Oh, but of course, we have duties and responsibilities which far outweigh our private feelings.
Exactly. Now, Tiberius, you play fair with me, eh? Don't sulk. And if it's a matter of a little thing on the side here and there, and I'm not encouraging mind, who's to know? Between you and me, and forgetting that your mother's here for the moment, if that's ever possible. Yes. Well, we can wink at it between men. But Pipsania, I don't like it. Do you understand? It's not right. Now, you play fair with me, and you'll see. I can be generous, too. Good. Good. Ah. If there's one thing I hate, it's a family row. I mean, what does it cost to be kind to one another, to be sympathetic and understanding? Yes?
An imperial messenger has arrived from Germany, Caesar.
Send him in.
A dispatch from Drusus Nero for his noble brother.
Tiberius, let's hear what he says. It's news from Germany.
My dear Tiberius, a period of enforced rest due to a slight head wound has given me much time to ponder and reflect on the state of our beloved Rome.
He's wounded, not seriously.
He says a slight. Such was the extent of the corruption and petty place-seeking that I found in...
Go on.
The handwriting, it's...
Surely you can read more than that.
Yes, well, he goes on to say,
Well?
Honestly, sir, it's not worth reading. I think my brother was perhaps not himself when he wrote it.
The corruption and petty place-seeking that I found in Rome, that I have come to the conclusion that it is the inevitable consequence of the continued exercise of supreme power by Augustus. Could we not persuade him, even compel him, to retire? I firmly believe he is ready to do this, but for the stubbornness of our mother, Livia, who derives such satisfaction from the exercise of supreme power through him There's more. Do you want to read it? The letter's clearly treasonable.
No. No, he feels strongly about it, I understand. He's wrong. But I understand it. Then again, perhaps he's right. Perhaps I should retire. I've said so often enough.
Will you allow him to insult me in this fashion?
He's your son, not mine. His mood might have affected him. He speaks of giddiness at the end.
Yes. Yes. That's it. He's a little bit deranged. Those German forests, they can affect a man. I call him back for a rest. Be good to see him again.
Yes, I think you're right. We should have him back. And I'll send a doctor with a letter.
He's got a doctor.
Huh, army doctors, what do they know? No. I'll send my own. He'll know how to take care of him.
Easy.
That's right.
I'll fetch the doctor.
Which one?
Which one? Ours, of course, and tell him to hurry. Lift him onto the bed, and be careful. By all the gods, I'll make eunuchs of you. You blockheads! Right, get this away. A lot of you crucified. It's all right, it's all right. All right, clear out.
Feels terrible.
It's a mess. We'll get it cleaned. Hurry up with that water!
What happened? My horse fell on me. I couldn't get out. Crushed my leg against a jagged rock and then tore it to shreds trying to get to its feet.
The doctor's coming.
What do the guardsmen mean? Which one?
The one arrived from Rome today. He's your mother's personal physician.
Well, that was kind of her. He'll have more to look at than just a head wound, won't he? Where is he?
We found a room for him. He doesn't look too happy. I think he's already missing the comforts of home. This will probably hurt. He brought a letter with him, too, from Caesar.
Well, where is it?
I have it here. I'll give it to you after.
Now, you give it to me now.
Rufus? What happened?
The horse fell and crushed his leg.
No, I'm all right. No. I've been invited politely back to Rome.
Why?
I'm not sure, but I think I can get... Oh, get out of here!
Well, you'll not be moving far on that leg. If I'm any judge of wounds.
I don't understand. A simple fall. How could it happen?
They can be bad sometimes.
To bring him so close to death's door.
Well, it's a good excuse for not coming home.
Why do you say that?
Because I've heard such reasons before. Don't raise your voice to me.
What reason could he have?
Who knows? We know he has the whole of the Western armies at his back. Perhaps he'll come when it suits him.
I must go to my brother.
He's 500 miles away. If it's as serious as the letter says, he could be dead even now.
All the same, I must go to him.
I'd make a sacrifice and offer prayers. Perhaps he won't be taken from us. Take him, our love. Well, go quickly! The Senate today have voted to make me a god in Palmyra. They'll put a little statue to me in the temple, and people will bring offerings to me, asking me to bring rain or cure their father's gout. Tell me, Livia, if I'm a god, even in Palmyra, how do I cure gout?
What is it, my love? What do you want? Yes. Yes, of course. I'll bring them. He wants me to fetch the children.
Is he?
No. But it's near.
What is it? Gangrene. Crept slowly up through him. Nothing seemed to stop it. Where's the staff sergeant? He wasn't allowed near him. He took the case out of his hands. Rosa, it was just a simple fall. What happened to your skill?
I came too late. His condition was too far gone. I came too late.
Drusus. Drusus, look at me. Drusus. It's I, Tiberius.
You and your damn plum stones. She read the letter.
I couldn't stop her. She was there when I got it. I couldn't think it would have anything in it.
Rome has her severe mother. And Gaius, and Lucius, a cruel stepmother.
Drusus. 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 No. No. No.
You didn't wait. You didn't wait. Look. I brought you, little Claudius. And you didn't wait.
Shouldn't have died. And that's a fact. Somebody blundered. And that's a fact.
Come.
Your meal is ready, Caesar. Will you have it now, or shall I take it away? Very good. I think the cook's on form today for a change.
Try that. There.
The garlic's a little overdone for my taste.
You're always complaining about the garlic. Look, a good swallow now.
Yes, I know this one. It's from the north, about 5 years old. We had a very bad summer then. The grapes had a little less sugar in them.
Oh, stop showing off. We'll fill it up. Then you can go. I'm very busy.
Another history, Caesar?
Yes.
Of the Etruscans again?
No, of my family.
Ah.
Did you ever read my history of the Etruscans?
No. I got it down from the library once, but I couldn't get into it. Very well written, of course. Oh, very well written. Is something the matter, Caesar?
The fact is, when you know that someone's trying to poison you, nothing tastes right. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, come now, Caesar. Who would try and poison you? You're beloved of everyone.
Oh, don't butter me up. You know very well who would want to poison me. My wife, that's who. And that slimy son of hers. For all I know, you're in league with a pair of them.
In my opinion, Caesar, the only person likely to poison us here is the cook. I wish you'd let me get rid of him. He's a Greek, and the only thing he ever thinks of doing is stuffing vine leaves.
Will you take it away? I'm not hungry.
May I ask how the current work is coming?
Well enough.
May I ask how far you've got?
The death of my father.
Ah, the noble Drusus. A tragedy that one should lose one's father so young.
Yes.
Yes. Ah.
A tragedy for us all. Yes, and for Rome.
And especially for my uncle. He was never the same again.
Well, sons of Agrippa, the daylight's fled and the stars are out. It's time for decent people to lock their doors and go to sleep. Come. Come on. Now you can see me to my bed. And then go to your own. Go. No, no. Yes, we've eaten well and drunk well. Too well, perhaps. Poor Julia. She can't take the wine as she used to. And even dear Antonia nods a little. What? What were you thinking tonight, my dear? Of poor Drusus. Yes. I was thinking of him tonight, too. Rome cannot afford such a loss. I pray to the gods that these boys will be as noble and as virtuous as he was. mustn't dwell on it. Many years gone by. And that's quite long enough for grief. Amour is not the Roman way, you know. Musicians, players out. Let us have music to take us to our sleep.
Is that all it is? One little year? Good night, lady.
Pretty sight, isn't she? I must get away from her. I must leave Rome.
You'll stay. You'll have patience, as I have.
Where has your patience got you? You've lost him, Mother. You've lost him to those two boys.
If you leave Rome, I'll wash my hands of you once and for all, and shed not a single tear.
That's not surprising. I saw you shed none for my brother.
Have they all gone? Tiberius is having such a beautiful dream. Tiberius, sleep with me tonight. I'll be so loving. Be nice to me. Tiberius, just tonight.
Let me go, you fat, drunken cow!
Fat! Fat! If I'm fat where a woman should be fat, not skinny like a boy. Go to bed, my dear, and I'll send you one up. He's very pretty, I promise you. I've had him myself. He reminds me of your ex-wife. Not a hair on his body, and he's even skinnier behind.
There'll be no divorce, none. I don't care what he is. You married him, and that's the end of it. Look what he did. Look what your son did to my daughter. Now, what kind of a man is that? Tell me. I've never liked him, never. He's your son, Lily, but I have to tell you, I've never liked him.
I want a divorce!
No divorce! You've been married 3 times already. How many more marriages do you want?
That's not my fault. I was widowed twice.
Well, how a woman can get herself widowed twice is beyond me.
That's not fair.
Well, it shows damn poor judgment, that's all I can say.
I never asked to be married to Agrippa.
Well, you asked to be married to this one, and married you'll stay. As for that husband of yours, he can clear out of Rome. I'm finished with him. Tell him to pack his bags and go. I don't even want to see him. I never want his name mentioned in this house again, ever.
Well, how am I supposed to live? Neither married nor divorced.
You live as befits a Roman matron. That's how you live. And heaven help you if you don't. Oh, I don't know. Why can't they get on? And what do they want from life? I'm supposed to rule an empire, and I can't even rule my own family. Well, thank God for these boys, that's all I can say. But you'll help me, won't you? I mean, what would we do without these boys, Livy, without Agrippa's sons? They're our one hope. In 3 or 4 years' time, they'll be old enough to take some of this burden off our backs.
Oh, they're promising, all right. Aren't you, my little beauties? Very promising. Still, you've a long way to go, haven't you? A long, long way. We must take good care of them, Augustus. And we shall, I promise you, the very best of care.
Ah, that's how it should be. Stay like that a moment. What a pitch you make. It expresses the true spirit of the Roman family.